great. It sounds like you've had a really good week, Grant. You tweeted about the Christmas meal you had from yesterday, and it was nice to do something a little bit different at this time of year.
No, it was good for all of us to sit down together, you know, and have a bit of fun really. We had the groundsman dressed up as Santa, and we had the first year scholars singing some carols to us, and the boys were in good spirits. The chef produced a lovely meal for us all, and it just got everyone, you know, in the training ground to sit down and enjoy a meal together really, because as the days go on and through the year you never really get to sit down with everyone. They're all in different departments, so yeah, it was lovely.
Did he volunteer to be Father Christmas, or did he have to be persuaded?
I think he's easily persuaded, to be honest. He's good. Him and Rob are good, you know, and it was all a bit of fun. What's
the plan then for the coming days? Because well, ordinarily you would be on a Monday ahead of a Tuesday game.
Yeah, well, we'll travel to Bradford on Monday, on Christmas Day. So the boys will spend the day with their families, and then we'll leave in the evening to Bradford. I think it's important that we get up there the night before. It's a bit of a journey, 2.5, 3 hours really. So it's not something I'd like us to do on the day of the game. So I think we'll get up there, get a good night's sleep, and get up and making sure we all eat properly in the mornings, and players eat properly and get the right food into them for pre-match as well. So yeah, we'll treat it as professional as we can. Yeah,
always important to get that routine spot on. You targeted then the 5 games over the festive period. You couldn't have had a better start than last Sunday, not only obviously to get the 3 points, but the manner of it as well sets you up really nicely.
Yeah, it was. Listen, the boys showed good character. Although these games are a big challenge for us, it's one that I think we can meet head on. These next 4 games anyway. You know, previous now. I mean, from the Shrewsbury game onwards, the games that have come in front of us, the 13 games, we've won 7, drew 3, and lost 3. So that's us from Shrewsbury, and that's the games that are put in front of us. So in terms of momentum, I think we've got it. Yes, we're disappointed to lose the games that we've lost, but we want to make sure that we're the team that puts the run together over Christmas, and we've got a chance to continue that on Saturday against Bury at home. New manager's gone in there, made them, you know, look defensively stronger. They've got some good experience in there, strengthened well in the summer in terms of the players brought in who have played in this league and in higher. So surprised to see them where they are really, but it's not about Bury, it's about us, and we want to make sure we win the game and keep the momentum going.
Yeah, and I know it's 2 different competitions, but back-to-back wins as well must be nice to have that.
Yeah, it's nice. I mean, listen, I think good teams can win and win and win and constantly win. I think, you know, the teams at the top of the league, the Wiggins and Blackburns, are doing that more regularly than Shrewsbury, probably, and more regularly than anybody else. So we want to try and get to that. We know we can. We've showed it in the first 6 weeks of the season, but I feel as if we're getting there. I can see us, you know. I think that win at Fleetwood will bring the boys closer, knowing that we can produce more on a regular basis.
Well, we saw that last season in I guess similar circumstances at Bristol Rovers, where you had a really good win. You managed to use the momentum from that for a number of weeks, and it'd be great if you could do something similar.
Well, that's the plan. We know it's never as straightforward as that. We have to make sure that we approach every game as they come. The next one, like I say, is Bury. It's a game where we're going to need our fans behind us. We're going to need them to support us. We have to go and play on the front foot, make sure we're pressing the ball well, make sure we're strong together defensively, and we create and score goals. That's us. That's our plan for the weekend. It's going to be difficult, of course, but we need everyone to perform to their maximum for us to win, and I'm sure the boys will do that.
Yeah, it was interesting, wasn't it, last weekend, that actually in terms of the number of away fans, there weren't a huge number of fans there, but it shows, doesn't it, that it isn't necessarily all about the numbers. They still managed to do their job.
No, well, listen, they're a credit to the football club, the ones who come up to Fleetwood. I think there was well over 100 of them, wasn't there? So brilliant. You know, that does give the boys, you know, great belief when they see them fans travelling that distance on a Sunday to come and watch us play. And I think you've seen the lads after the game. They went over, they celebrated with the fans, because it means it's just as much to the players as it does to the fans. And we want to try and make sure we give them more good days than bad ones. So you know, it's a busy time, the Christmas period, and I understand everyone's priorities are with their families and spending time and giving and sharing, but we do need our fans over these games as well. We need them to get behind us and try and come to the games. I know it's expensive, especially over Christmas periods, but you know, your backing is vitally important to this group and to me, and hopefully you can come and support us.
In terms of the injuries, Gwion Edwards, you were quite fearful for him, I think, on Sunday in the immediate aftermath of the game, but actually it's turned out to be not so bad.
Yeah, it's not so bad. He ain't going to make Saturday, but it's not as bad as we first feared. We thought it could have been a long one, possibly a season-ending one really after the game. But Gwion will be back very, very soon. So, but I think Saturday might come too quick for him.
Danny Lloyd came in though on Sunday, got himself a goal, and as he always does, put himself about.
You know, over the last 3 games, Danny's been excellent. Even before that, you know, the Tranmere game, the Wimbledon game, he's done great. I think the last 3 games he come on, he affected the game against Blackburn. He come on and almost won us the game against Woking with his energy, and he's won us the game against Fleetwood. So delighted with Danny, delighted with his progress. He's a bubbly character around the changing room. The boys love him. I think the fans love him. You know, he brings more than just energy, and he's got quality as well. You know, he can score, he can create, and he causes people problems. So we're delighted to have him.
And clearly, once you've got the Christmas matches out of the way, in fact, even at this stage, you're going to be thinking about the January transfer window. Is the aim to? Well, I suppose it's always the aim, but are you confident that you can get the business done early so that it doesn't drag on and on as it maybe has done in the past?
I hope so. We do need to, if you know the business we're going to do, we will try and get it done as early as we can, really. But one thing I'll be doing this January, it won't be a big change around. There may be 4 or 5 that goes to play games, really. You know, instead of sitting on the bench and probably not even on the bench at times. So there will be 4 or 5 go out, and there'll probably be 2 or 3 that comes in. That's it, you know. So we want to make sure we're strengthening and not just adding numbers, if you understand what I mean. So the people who come in have to be good enough to get into our team, and that's the way we're going. They have to be better than what we've got, first and foremost. We don't want to be bringing more squad players into the group. We've got enough numbers. You know, we've got 28 pros here with the boys, 28, 29 pros here, including all the young lads, and the boys are out on loan. So we don't need any more numbers. We want to make sure we're a tight-knit group. If I need to call upon somebody and somebody gets injured, I'll dip into the younger ones, the Freestones, the Borgs, the Cartwrights, the Penfolds, you know, and that's the way I want to work this football club, because I want to give the younger boys a chance. So it's important that we don't just go out and get numbers for the sake of getting numbers, and we won't be doing that. We're making sure that the ones who come in will be better than the ones that we're letting go, and they make us more stronger.
And quite apart from anything else, presumably you don't feel you're a million miles away anyway. It's not a case of you're desperate for this window to come around. It's just a case of, as you've got the opportunity, you're always going to be looking. No,
definitely. I think we are short in a few areas, definitely. So we will strengthen that. You know, I agree with you. We aren't a million miles away. You know, we've got Junior Marias coming back in January, hopefully, and you know, that's brilliant for us. That he'll be like a new signing for us. He ain't far away. But we do need to get stronger in certain positions, and that's something we'll be looking to do in January.
Yeah, with Junior, it will be clearly tricky for him to hit the ground running, but presumably you're fairly confident that he can have a really big impact on the remainder of the season.
Oh, massive. Just because of his temperament, his work rate, his attitude. Listen, his ability as well. So, but those 3 things the first 3 things I mentioned are things that you know, a lot of people don't give credit for, really, and he's got that in abundance, and he'll bring energy, he'll bring a bubbliness about the change room, and all the you know, the necessaries we need in a group that, you know, loves those sort of characters. So that and the fans love him as well. So he's going to be a big player for us when he comes back, and he's close.